Hey there, welcome back. It's day 29, and before we wrap up tomorrow, I want to talk about public speaking. If you are ready to step into the world of standout leadership, which I hope you are after 29 days, you need to get comfortable at public speaking. It's time to accept that this is part of the job. But before you throw in the towel in horror because public speaking fills you with terror, let's dive into what I mean by public speaking, because it's not entirely what you think. By public speaking, I'm talking about everything from how you show up to a room full of fellow executives. Yes, that is public speaking. To, yes, the standing on stage in front of thousands. The latter doesn't have to happen for a while if you're new to this. But believe me, if you're ready to step up to a senior leadership role, at some point, you will have a boss asking you to represent the business. I've worked with amazing women who avoided having meetings with their entire department simply because the idea of having 20 plus engineers in the room, physical or virtual rooms, terrified them. They would be fine one-on-one, but a room full of other people, terror sets in. So if you want to create the impact you desire there, you're going to have to get good at inspiring people at scale. You can't afford to do it all through one-on-one. You won't get the traction you are after. So it's time to step out of your public speaking fear shell and step into the uncomfortable growth zone. Having been afraid of public speaking early in my career and coached dozens of women through using public speaking as a professional development tool, I can assure you it isn't going to be as scary as you think. But the first step is to be bold and take some action. So let's go straight into today's homework. I want you to do a personal public speaking audit. In what settings do you like, dislike, actively avoid public speaking? Some speaking instances could include things such as meeting with your full team rather than just your direct reports, providing training to others in your organization, meetings with other teams when you represent your team business unit, the ideas, the strategy, but outside of your normal meeting schedule, board meetings, executive team meetings, investor meetings, representing your organization externally, interviews, media interviews, panelists, speaking at a conference or workshop. Of course, there are so many, so feel free to think outside the box and come up with others. List them all out and give yourself a rating of how uncomfortable it is. So on a scale of 1 to 5, being terrified at 1 and avoiding at all costs to 5, I'm a pro at this. Take each of those areas and give it a score of 1 through 5. Are you really happy and comfortable in public speaking in front of an unknown audience, but maybe afraid to stand in front of your peers because you're going to fall to pieces? Or are you terrified of talking to inventors, but happy to be viewed on a podcast? Maybe it's the other way around. Get an idea of your weak spots. That's the audit piece. And if all public speaking is terrifying, that's okay, because you're then going to pick one at a time and stretch into your discomfort zone. Pick something that needs work, just one thing, and put it into place in a plan to get out of your comfort zone in that one area that you've decided is a weak spot for you, that is definitely uncomfortable. And I want you to put in place a plan for at some point in the next month, getting out of your comfort zone. Your career will thank you for it, believe me. So head over to Slack, tell us the one thing that you are going to get uncomfortable with around public speaking that needs some attention, and tell us what's your plan to take that forwards. I'll see you over in Slack.